What? Yo, Fear the Walking Dead Season 4's trailer is out. If you haven't seen it by chance, just go watch it. Man, I don't even have words. I don't listen. Everyone knows I'm probably, when it comes to the cast and crew, if any of them probably don't, but if any of them even know that I exist or this channel exists, I'm probably enemy number one. I haven't been the biggest fan of Season 2, especially in Season 3 of Fear the Walking Dead. It just wasn't my type of show, and I was seriously considering falling back and maybe having a mini discussion per episode, but basically not really focusing on Fear the Walking Dead this season. Maybe the crossover, but this new trailer, holy shit, it gripped me. It has me more excited for Fear the Walking Dead than I have ever been, 10 times more than even the very first season. It has me even more excited than, and this hurts to admit, it physically hurts to admit, but when I saw Season 8 trailer for All Out War, something that before I even saw anything. And again, I'm not comparing shows, but it's just the trailer and the delivery of Season 8. It was just the music, the way they did it. It was kind of, I don't know, the Irish pub. I don't know. It just had a feel, you know what I mean? This, though, in the very beginning, they show I don't know what's up with no sound in the very beginning, but they do show Alicia and then a new character going to a water park, an old busted water park right here. And right away, my initial concern, first off, I love the atmospheric look here. I love how they just pull back and we get a look at the atmosphere. I was loving this moment. However, the music kicks up. It's a little off. It's not what I was expecting at all. And at this point in time, a zombie comes around the corner right here. I love this part. But a zombie comes around the corner right here, and I immediately cringed a little. I'm like, with the combination of the music and this, it has more like a Shaun of the Dead vibe or more like a joking vibe. And I'll have to admit, this is the moment where it's like, all right, you know, I saw this coming. I'm not going to like this. It just has that vibe. Immediately after this moment, though, that all washed away completely. And from here on out, I love every single little bit that's in this trailer. There's only a couple things to go over. Throughout the whole trailer, if you want kind of like a prediction of the storyline, I think it's really simple up until a point. For the first half of this season, I think it's going to be pretty simple as far as explaining what we know so far. There's going to be a lot we just simply can't explain because this isn't comic book material. Well, it's not based on comic book material, and they can go so many different ways. But I think the easiest explanations are Morgan traveling. They're going to explain that. Bringing him from the East Coast to, I believe this takes place in Texas. And then the explanation for the family reunion, that's going to be all the characters. I'm lumping them up into one family. All the characters from last season. We didn't see Danny. I'm really hoping Danny made it out of that. But they're going to show us or explain how those characters reunite. And there will be a time skip to show how they reunite. They find this community, and that's where Morgan comes in, a time skip down the road. Now, the other thing is going to be characters colliding. And this is once they introduce everyone, they explain everything that's going on. This is going to be where we saw the guy with the revolver. I don't know his character's name. I believe the actor's name is Dillahunt. His character meets up with Morgan. We see Nick meeting up with Morgan. One of my absolute favorite scenes already in the entirety of Fear the Walking Dead series. And it's in the trailer. It's at the end of the trailer. It's one of my absolute favorite scenes. So we get the explanation of Morgan. We get the explanation of the reunion of the Season 3 characters from Fear the Walking Dead. And then we get villains, obviously. Well, characters collide. That's number 3. And number 4 is going to be the villains. The villains, the human side, but also the zombie threats as well. It does look like they load up some trucks, or someone does, of zombies and unload them, and we see them fighting at night. So it does look like they are attacked. Morgan, we get a hint about his connection to the story and what role he might begin to play within the story, and that's talking about leaving a place where, he had friends. That was a big fight, and it's too coincidental that we see all this action kicking off. So it looks like Madison and her group is facing the possibility of getting into a big fight, and Morgan's probably trying to talk her out of it. I believe there's a moment of dialogue where it seems out of place, meaning not out of place like bad, but meaning it feels like that's something they added just for the trailer. It kind of has a weird sound cut to it. Anyway, it makes it sound like Morgan's telling her, just leave, don't deal with this shit, don't deal with this fighting. So that's pretty much it prediction-wise. I thought we would go through this trailer and break down, okay, look, we got this, but it boils down to essentially characters meeting, like the revolver guy, like the cowboy guy. He meets up with Morgan, okay, and then Nick, he runs into Morgan, okay, there's characters colliding, they're meeting up. What's the point in going through a breakdown like that? So essentially, to keep it simple, we got the Morgan traveling, explaining that family reunion, the characters all colliding, new characters with the old characters, and that kicks off the storyline, and then obviously villains and the zombie and the world threat. Now, in the trailer, though, like I said, I do love the atmosphere that they're showcasing. Nick with the hammer, I want to highlight this. We do see Morgan not injured and not limping, and then Nick sees him walking, and he is injured in his leg, and he is limping. And I don't know if this is Morgan leaving after staying with Nick and his family for a few days, and Nick is considering, going after him, be like, don't leave. Bottom line, they link up in some which way or another. I do really love some of the small character interactions they show us just in this trailer alone. That's far better, even little moments, than what we got, in my opinion, in previous seasons. Just with the Victor and Madison moment where she is serious and then a little bit playful. She's like, besides, I like drinking with you. You're my drinking buddy. I don't know. It feels a little bit more, and the performance, it's not like, oh my god, that's a completely different Madison. It just feels like we got a little bit more than what we were getting before. Maybe it is a combination of so much around it, getting good vibes from that. It makes those scenes easier to digest, you know what I mean? The new people, the one girl says this, she goes, ooh, new people, I like new people, and she opens up those compartments with all these guns. We do see later on a lot of zombies get shot up, and it's most likely from her truck. It has a really cool setup with the guns, so it does look like the cowboy guy and Morgan get into a little problem. They get taken, or some bandits maybe stop them at nighttime, try to rob them or whatever. She pulls up. It looks like she already knows Morgan at this point, or maybe this is where she first meets Morgan and them, and she helps them out. And then what else we have? The Nick and Morgan. Yeah, I really wish I could just show this scene, but chances are, I'm going to leave a link to the Skybound YouTube channel, but it's this moment right here. I really wish I could play it without getting copyright claim or whatever, because when they claim it, they block it out of certain countries. But Nick is like, what, you're not worried about me, I don't know, grabbing this knife right here? And Morgan smacks his hand. But the best part, Nick is like, what, you son of a bitch? This is the best part. I love the look on Nick's face. He eats dirt. Look at him. He's like, it knocked the wind out of him. He's like, oh. Yo, that is my all-time favorite scene and moment right there in Fear the Walking Dead. Love that. Obviously, until we see this new season. But you guys let me know what you think. This trailer for this new season has my hype through the roof. I cannot wait. As far as the story, my curiosity is also up there as well. Obviously, there's going to be repetition. There's no reason to expect something off the wall and different. I like how they switch things up in these types of stories. Repetition is a criticism that they're always going to get no matter what they do, and I understand at certain moments it's necessary. In this world, if we were watching real people, they're constantly going to be running into little groups or bandits or big groups or big communities, and there's constantly going to be conflict. Not all the time, not with everyone. It's going to be a hit or miss and this, that, and the third, but that's just the reality of the world they live in. So it depends on how unique they make those interactions, and what they pull from that, and also how enjoyable the story is and the character development overall. So when it comes to, because I know when we talk about villains, with anything that has to do with The Walking Dead, book or show or comic book or novels or video games or the original show, the spin-off show here, which is an actual spin-off now. It's no longer a companion show with a character from the main show. It's officially a spin-off. So, but with this show, I think one of the biggest criticisms is repetition, and it's a good thing and a bad thing. I understand it, but at the same time, I don't agree with it all the time. There are some things that is clearly repetitive that they could change if they would just tweak some things. So with that being said, you leave your thoughts and opinions down below. What type of villains do you think we're going to see in this season? And where's your excitement level after watching this trailer? I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. And again, especially for this channel where we look at every single episode for The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead, the better the show does, the better this channel does. Even though I was criticizing season 2 and season 3 because I just simply didn't enjoy it. It wasn't for me. This channel does better. This community does better if this show does better. So I'm all for it. And for the first time in probably the entire series run, I can't see this turning bad. I can't see this being a pile of shit. There's just too much that's good here. The way it looks, the vibe, the story beats that they got going on, I'm liking it. So they definitely won me over. Anyway, put your thoughts and opinions in that comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn.